I don't know if you remember, but when this came out, everyone was really down on it. They were like,
yeah.
And I went in. I bloody loved this.
I mean, it's a romp. That's the main thing to say.
Really fun. Yeah, I've got 4 issues with it, which we'll get to. But the first one I'll mention
We're going to come to them in sequence, are we?
Yeah, but I'll mention the first one now because it's apparent from the minute dot.
Yes.
It's too dark. You can't see shit.
Now, I would say yes, but oddly, it's not all the time.
No.
One of my first thoughts was like, hang on, I can't see what's going on. I believe Lord and Miller were of the Lego movie, were meant to make this film, right?
They shot about 30% of it, I think.
Really? Because they're not credited at all as writers or directors. I mean, I'm delighted that it turned out as well as it has, because you just think it's a recipe for being an absolute dog's dinner.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a bit like Bohemian Rhapsody, which I understand people don't like a lot.
Yeah.
But then Rocket Man is old Dexter Jettster's film from the start, and people really like it.
Depends on the size of your Rocket Man.
She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. But the reason I mention it is it's almost as if like they had a certain cinematographer or a certain artistic direction for some of the movie, and then they changed tracks and brightened it up a bit, which, if that is the case, well done them.
Well, I don't know, because Ron Howard's got form in this, because Da Vinci Code.
Is he?
Da Vinci Code, if you've seen that, you can't see what the fuck's going on in that either. I think he's a very reassuring man. He's like the rejected beach boy we all love.
He's also someone who's been in Hollywood for his entire life since he was a child, and he doesn't appear to have gone insane. And no one's come out of the woodwork going, he's awful for this reason, which I think is quite an achievement. I think so. He's probably all right.
He's got a lot of credit in the bank, though, hasn't he? He's done some good films as well as some absolute shit.
Yeah. And
do you remember the build-up? I don't know if you remember this, but when when he was being filmed, they were just going, it's the Solo movie, and then they were like, in 3 days or something, we're going to announce the title. And everyone was like, okay. And then Ron Howard comes out with this whiteboard, and he goes, I'm pleased to announce the title is, and he flips the card, and it's a Solo, and everyone was like, yeah, I mean, that's what we thought it was going to be called. Tom Crowley, it's a lawless time.
Yeah.
Crime syndicates compete for resources, food, medicine, and hyperfuel.
From how your voice sounds, it sounds like this text is not coming from the bottom of the screen and scrolling upwards. It's just appearing.
It's just appearing. They were desperate at the time to kind of go, this isn't technically Star Wars, but it's Star Wars. So we're not going to do text growing up. We're
not doing the same visual language, yeah.
And then it says, on the shipbuilding planet of Corellia, the foul Lady Proxima, bit rude, forces runaways into a life of crime in exchange for shelter and protection. So she's like Space Fagin.
A criminal gang lord with an army of children.
Don't do no song now. Han Solo, Alden Ehrenreich, who I think is brilliant, by the way.
He's great. He's very good.
I was really worried about him at the time because obviously everybody beat this film with sticks mercilessly.
Yeah. I remember it being like, I think people were a bit like, yeah, it's all right. But the main thing I remember was it just tanked at the box office.
It came out just after The Last Jedi. So everybody was really angry about Star Wars. Yeah.
Dear me.
Han steals a speeder and hangs his gold dice. Now, it bothers me.
I don't understand this.
Because they decided at some point that it's his defining characteristic, because it's in...
I remember this. I remember
new
this in Last
films.
Jedi.
Yeah.
I think they just decided like we need something to tether the prequel stuff to not the Star Wars prequels, but like any prequel films to the current characters. So they went, we'll make it the dice thing. I think they just didn't have any other options, really.
Because the dice was obviously a little fun production design joke in the original films. Like, what do we give a boy racer? Fuzzy dice. Oh, because it's the future, we'll make them gold.
Yeah. I mean, they're a nice little detail, but I mean, you'd never, ever think about them until they start shining a really bright light on them.
Never. Han goes back to his workhouse.
Yes.
And we see Cora.
Yes.
Or Kira, isn't it? Kira. Emilia Clarke, who, a lot of people wanted to beat her with sticks at the time as well because of Game of Thrones. But I think she's fine in this. I think people, obviously, everyone was tarred, weren't they, with how it all
ended, right?
I see. Yeah.
Best season ever!
So between the end of Game of Thrones and Last Jedi coming out, and then Solo,
it was an angry time. He's got his hands on some coaxium, and he says, this is our ticket out of here. We can sell this, get a spaceship. He doesn't say spaceship. And we'll fly away. And then we meet Moloch.
I like him. He's the Bib Fortuna of the piece. And he's got a great big head.
Well. Yeah.
Big hippo head.
He says, you got to go and see Lady Proxima. Now, Lady Proxima is voiced by Linda Hunt.
What did it feel like to hit that son of a bitch?
We get Han thinking on his feet here because he's going to be punished, and then he gets a rock out of his pocket and goes, "Everybody get back." And she says, "What's that?" He goes, "It's a thermal detonator." And then I thought, that's a funny moment, but then because they have Lady Proxima go, "No, it isn't, it's just a rock, and you made the noise with your mouth." It's like, oh, you ruined that.
I know what you mean. I think that would be, in most films, that would be fine. It felt a little bit, we cannot take your call at the moment. Please hold. Beep.
Yeah.
Like in Last Jedi, where you go, no. You're taking that a bit too far. But it did occur to me, I might have really liked it if Lady Proxima spoke in alien language.
Yes.
And we had subtitles, and it said, no, it isn't. You just made a clicking sound with your mouth. I think
that
if that had come up in subtitles, I think that would have been funny. Well, I think this is a good time to introduce my grand unified theory of this film.
Go on.
Which is, as it's a Western, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about the good, the bad, and the sweaty. And I think that line is a bit sweaty.
Yes, that line is sweaty. That comes to point 2 of my problems, which is that everything needs to be explained.
Yeah, absolutely. Where everything came from. Why has he got floppy 70s hair? That was just really big at the time on Crowley. Although I like his 70s hair, I think it looks great.
I think it's great.
But anyway, yeah. So all the origins of everything, where he got his shoes, his sideburns. We got to hear about everything.
Everything, even nicknames, which are obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he throws the rock through the window, which makes light come in, and this burns Proxima's face. Now,
which hasn't been set up.
No,
but,
why have windows if we just have walls? But we never see her again now because he escapes with Kira, sorry. So they get to the spaceport and they bribe an Imperial officer. Now, here's an interesting bit of trivia.
Yeah, okay.
The Imperial officer is played by Anna Francolini. She's also in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny with the real Han Solo.
I've not seen Dial of Destiny,
You what? How have you not seen Dial of Destiny?
Wasn't bothered. Luckily, we're not talking about real Han Solo. We're talking about fake Han Solo.
So fake Han Solo, he gives over the stolen coaxium.
Yep.
Han gets through, no problem. But old Kira gets snatched.
Yeah.
But then we get
what I do like as well is I like that all Imperial officers are English. I like.
Oh, it's brilliant.
A tradition that began because they filmed Star Wars in Shepperton. Or Elstree, rather.
Elstree, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Rebel fighters have entered the superstructure. Open the power discharge gates. Flood sectors 304 and 138. That should slow them up a bit.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah?
What do you think of this dialogue? I'll read it out to you.
Sorry, can you just make sure you do a really, really good performance so I can have it conjured for me?
Okay. What's your name, son? Han. Han what? Who are your people? I don't have people. I'm alone. Han Solo. What do you think about that?
I thought it was wonderful. What bothers me about it is it's just like no one asked. Like why it can be a name. Like it's Star Wars world.
Fine.
Solo can be a name. Why wouldn't it just be a name?
My eyes literally rolled out of my head and down the aisle.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh no.
But I will say this: it's no somehow Palpatine returned.
No,
it's not on that standard of terrible line.
No one talks about this moment anymore because of somehow Palpatine returned. And... So we cut 3 years later.
Yes.
I like the fact that he's serving in the Imperial Army. I like that idea. That's fun.
Unless it was an odd choice for me, unless that had been mentioned previously.
I think,
and also the fact that he was just kind of getting on with it. Like I imagined him sort of, I'm going to sign up, yes sir. And then the second they stop off at like the first pit stop on the troop transport journey, he's just like, right, I'm off. We've just had this with Finn, haven't we? Guy is a stormtrooper basically, and then runs away. I kind of go, like, we've just done this, haven't we?
So he meets a trio of people. So you got Tobias Beckett, played by the ever reliable Woody Harrelson, who's great in this, by the way.
He's great in this. I love him.
Yeah, Thandie Newton. It turns out Beckett is not what he seems because he's wearing armor pockmarked with laser blasts.
That's it.
Yeah. And Han says, well, what about if I tell everybody what you're doing unless you let me work with you because I'm a really good pilot? And then Beckett goes, well, he calls his bluff basically. Goes, hey, calls over the lieutenant and says, this fella's tried to desert. Yeah. So they punish him by throwing him into the beast.
A hairy-legged man that we all know.
Yeah.
As Chewbacca.
Only
which
wise.
is too long. Only wise. With his little hairy legs.
Yeah. What do you think of the scene where he speaks Wookiee to him?
I don't like it. No, I think they needed a way for him to sort of pierce Chewbacca's bestial rage, and I think they settled on that as like that's good enough. But I thought, then why doesn't he ever speak to him in Wookiee ever again?
Quite. So that's written down here. Yeah. Surely he'd just be talking to him like that all the time.
This might sound silly, but I just really like as well how in this film Chewie just looks like a very hairy man, like Bigfoot.
Yeah. Yeah, he
It's
looks
great.
unkempt. I like it. And they've also given him 2 bandoleros, whatever they're called, because it's the old days.
Do we then later on find out how he loses one of them?
They never explain it, which is on this film is
When will Solo explain something from the past?
they were saving that for the second one. They work together and get out.
Yep.
And then get onto Beckett's spaceship because Beckett's like, well, actually, never mind the pilot. We could do with that Wookiee. It'd be very handy.
Yeah.
So they let him on the ship and they escape. And then he says...
Also, the little lemur Jon Favreau man
Rio.
says, "Is that a Wookiee?"
Whoa, is that a Wookiee?
And that really felt like that's one take, and that's all you're getting.
And this motherfucker's like hips deep in Star Wars as well, Jon Favreau. You think he'd know how to say it properly.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Han speaks to Chewbacca. He says to him, "So what's your name anyway?" Chewbacca. All right. Well, you're going to need a nickname because I ain't saying that every time. We don't need to know that.
No, that's fine. Also, he doesn't say what the nickname is either. So, next time it might be like, "Hey, Hairy Fuck Palace, get over here."
Hairy bollocks.
"Hey, Dog Balls, get over here."
Oi, clankers, get over here. they then do, again, because you said this is a Western, their first job, which I quite like, is to rob a train.
Love that. I also love any scene where people look through Star Wars binoculars. That's a thing I've realised I like.
Great. They're robbing the train, everything's going great, but then Memphis Nest, which is a great character design. I'm sorry, but it is.
Yeah, brilliant. Really good.
Really
It's
good.
really good. With the big sort of fuzzy like fur stole around the neck and the mask.
The
and,
mask is
brilliant.
great. And the music, I should say that the soundtrack to this film, which is I wrote it down.
Based on melodies whistled by John Williams.
John Powell.
John Powell, yeah. It's really good.
It's a fucking great soundtrack. I've got this.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it this morning to get me in the mood.
Oh, yeah.
It's got some amazing cues in it. And he's taken all the Williams stuff, obviously, but he understood the assignment. It feels very Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And Memphis Nest lads, they've got such a great theme.
Yeah.
And when they turn up on their little speeder things, it's so good.
Really cool.
The train's full of coaxium.
Yeah,
And
super expensive spaceship fuel.
That's it. And the Marauders, they're called, they're about to steal it. And Han makes the decision of saying, well, if we can't have it, they can't have it. So he dumps it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, because before that we have Tandy Newton, who's Beckett's girlfriend. And she's planting explosives on the train track, which I have to say was the perfect combination of sci-fi and Western for me.
Absolutely. And talking of Tandy Newton, she kills herself.
Yeah, she blows herself up.
Because she's found out about new Doctor Who not being very good.
Yeah. Now with her, I sort of feel like she's really good, Tandy Newton. I think she's very charismatic in this.
Yeah.
I think she's good as the sort of outlaw type, tough kid character. But I sort of think with her and Emilia Clarke, Ray is like this too. I think there's a bit of a problem with women who get denied a personality in films like this. Because I think that and I don't think it's just, I think it's men and women writers and directors and producers as well, go, right, okay, we can't get criticised for them being too objectified or too useless or snipey or bitter or whatever. We've got to make them, because, we need to show that we're really pro-women. Yeah. And, that's good, that's great. But at the same time, you do need to write a personality in there as well. So you kind of tend to have a lot of quite generically tough women who are really self-reliant and won't get told what to do, but that is where their character ends. Because if they were envious, or if they were petty, or if they were angry, it would immediately feel like they were opening themselves up to criticism. And I understand that pressure, but at the same time, you need to write a character. And I think it annoys me that that women get denied a cool character because things that make you a cool. What
about the robot we meet in a bit? So Tandy Newton's dead. Rio.
Yeah, she's dead. Yeah, he gets shot.
Thank fuck. Put him in the bin. Yep. So Beckett, after he punched him, says, well, that job we were doing was for Dryden Voss.
Yeah.
Who's a crime boss, the Crimson Dawn.
Who I thought we'd heard of. I thought that was going to be the same rebel cell as Forrest Whitaker's in, but it's not.
No. They go to his yacht. And we meet Paul Bettany.
Well, I'll tell you, Paul Bettany, I feel like he's sort of playing Dryden Voster's David Bowie a little bit.
I think the image I may adopt may well be me.
11th hour casting.
Was he?
Yeah, it was.
He's very good.
it was originally Michael K. Williams.
Oh, right, okay.
But because it all got reshuffled about, he was no longer available, so they had to redo the part. So yeah, we meet Dryden, and he's not happy about the loss of coaxium. He says, so here's what I need you to do for me. I need you to give me a reason not to kill you all.
So here's what I need you to do.
If you don't get me the coaxium, you'll spend the rest of the day in the bog of eternal stench. So they're bumbling around about, and then Han, being Han, goes, well, what about if we go and steal some unrefined coaxium? Well, Kira says there's some mines on Kessel we can get them from. And he says, well, you know what, why don't you go with them?
Yeah.
So she says, well, I know somebody who can get us a ship.
Yeah.
So they go to see Lando Calrissian.
Lando Cal bloody Rissian.
They don't explain his surname, do they?
No. Do you think Donald Glover was like starting to doubt whether he was awake when he got offered this?
Yeah.
Like, he's really good in it, and I feel like you just get this feeling of like, oh my god, I'm Lando Calrissian. I think he's trying really hard to be Billy D. Williams.
I think so, but I also get the feeling that perhaps by the time, this is just my opinion, I think perhaps by the time he got to all his stuff, maybe Lord and Miller had already gone, and maybe he was like...
Oh, you think he'd lost the...
I think maybe he was just like, oh, this isn't what I signed up for.
He lost that loving feeling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole, being in love with the robot and having sex with her and all that I'd be annoyed if it was me, but I'm sure he tried his best. And just as Han is about to win the Millennium Falcon off of him in the card game, a ninja star flies in the window and cuts his arm off, and Lando goes,
Ha ha! I threw that shit before I walked in the room!
I love that film.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. No. So he plays cards with Lando, and he casino royales himself, doesn't he, Han? Because he goes all in.
Yeah, he goes all in. That's right.
But what he doesn't know, what we see in a brief shot, is that Lando's got a trick card up his sleeve.
He's got a little card dispenser, which
I
like
feel
a lot.
like this is the long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, but I feel like we should be having like hologram cards or something rather than physical cards.
That's interesting. I don't mind the physical cards. It's quite nice. I mean, to be honest with you, I just think like maybe it's because all of the puppets and creatures and costumes and physical things just make me really happy in this.
Can't see them though.
So maybe... No, you can't see them. When you can see them, they're great. I mean, also this is another situation where, because compare the lineup of creatures around that card game to Count Dooku's council of PS2 characters.
No, it's true. It's true.
Attack of the Clones. We've come a long way in terms of our attitude to production design.
I'm pretty sure I'm right in this. Someone will correct me, I'm sure. But in the Art of Solo book, when you see the concept art for this scene, which is pretty much how it was shot, the guy you see in a little astronaut spacesuit.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure in the concept art, the guy who designed the scene put Adam Buxton's face in there.
I hope so.
Yeah, pretty sure.
That'd be lovely. I should have left that in.
Welcome, team, to the Crystal Dome.
Yes. Blah, blah, blah. When do we get our prizes?
Only one crystal have you got? Complete crap have you been?
Because he played that part, didn't he, in the new Crystal Maze reboot? He was a head in a tank.
Maybe
he could have reprised that role.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Adam Buxton's coded for Star Wars, isn't he? In some sort of
He'd
cameo.
be perfect. He could have played the character we're about to meet, L3, Lando Calrissian's friend with benefits, who's a robot.
L3 is a droid who truly has a mind of her own.
Right.
Now, I'm going to say this now.
Yeah.
Worst character in Star Wars.
I hated the character, most of the things the character did, and I really hated the performance.
Yes.
And I try not to be all negative in this.
Same.
In these episodes, but I mean, I just didn't. I just thought it was. And again, I'm not even going to blame Phoebe Waller-Bridge entirely for it. I think that they went. Literally, I think what happened was they went, great, we're going to get Phoebe Waller-Bridge in this to play this robot, and she'll be an English robot like C-3PO. Perfect. She's a posh English bird. We'll get her to play a robot.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, and she's Fleabag. So what's Fleabag like?
Fuck me up the ass.
Sort of sassy and sexually inappropriate. So we're going to have a robot in Star Wars who's sassy and sexually inappropriate.
How would that work?
It works.
And we're also not going to direct her to do it like a robot at all.
How about you have a go at me, you lumpy brute?
So she'll have her legs crossed up on the dashboard. She'll have her arms slung over the seat. She'll just look like a person with some CG on her. And you're like, but that's not what robots are like in Star Wars.
Some of those lines where she's like, get your presumptive ass out of my chair.
Get your presumptuous ass out of my seat.
Fuck off.
I mean, it's in a sweaty film with sweaty moments. It's the sweatiest thing.
It is. It's a problem.
I was so glad when she died. I was so glad. It's like, oh, thank God this bit's over.
Guys,
anyway, I was not a fan.
Lindsay Duncan's right there. Celia
Well, she
Renry's
was.
right there. You could have got a female C-3PO going on here. It would have been fun. But
Yeah.
no, we got to
I
have
also
a fucking burn your robot bra thing going on. It's really annoying.
I'm gonna go check on the dams.
You need anything?
Equal rights?
In a very Star Warsy film, it just doesn't feel Star Warsy at all.
Tom, don't watch Dial of Destiny, whatever you do. We get the Millennium Falcon, and it's given the reverence. Again, I just feel it's like it ain't done anything yet in terms of continuity. Why are we got this?
I know what you mean.
Oh, look, it's the Millennium Falcon. It's not yet.
I will say, I preferred in Force Awakens when there's like, oh, let's get that really good ship. Oh, it's blown up. But let's take the rubbish one. And it's the Millennium Falcon.
Exactly.
That's great. Just a quick pan, and there it is, and you go, oh my God.
Memphis is attached to tracking beacon, and we see Warwick Davis playing his. Apparently, I think he's playing the same character from
Willow.
From Willow, yeah.
Yeah, okay, he's gone through.
He turns to
time
the
and
camera and
space.
goes, "Why did you delete my series?" And then we get one of my favourite bits just from the soundtrack when Han sees Kira in Lando's closet full of capes, which again, like the shiny dice, is apparently a thing now. That Lando has loads of capes.
I don't think Lando is obsessed with capes.
Nope.
Lando comes out of his closet as a robosexual in this, as we know.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to do that thing again later.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about prepping the ground for a future character who's going to be, I wouldn't say beloved, but memorable. And when he pops out in Empire, you're like, oh, there's that bloke that fucks robots.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, when he meets
Yeah.
Princess Leia, it's a funny moment because he's like, oh, he's like,
Oh, enchanté, princess.
Yeah, and now you're like, oh, there's that
Han's
bloke
all-
that puts his knobs in a blender. So, yeah, him and Kira kiss in the closet. So lovely music. They land on Kessel, and we meet the Pikes. Pikes pop up in the, is it the Boba Fett TV series? I can't remember. They pop up.
Ziz.
Yeah. And they pretend that they've got slaves to hand over, which is Han and Chewie.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
Kira does, for video game fans out there,
Yeah.
she does some Terras Cassie.
Kira can do Terras Kasi, which does exist.
That
in Star
fucking
Wars
game.
world.
That fucking game. I bought that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was awful.
Yeah, it's not fondly remembered or ever talked about. So again, it's surprising that they took time out of their film, their 2 hours 15-minute film, to really establish that it is real.
What was that?
Terrace Kasi.
Chewie sticks
gong,
behind
bang,
because he
bang.
sees another Wookiee that's being slaved.
Yeah. I love all the Chewie stuff. Why isn't there more Chewie stuff?
Yeah. So they steal the coaxium, and as they're escaping, yay, L3's killed.
Hooray! L3's dead. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And then they spend ages cradling her head and going, "Oh, it's so sad that she's dead." And
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yep, man, move on.
Yep,
Yep,
move on.
she's dead. Yep, that's it. It's over. Move on."
So she dies, they escape, and then they run into an Imperial blockade, which I really enjoyed because it plays the music from A New Hope.
Yes. Yeah, lovely.
But then we get this weird Back to the Future 3 reference. Han does like a handbrake turn, or a handbrake turn, essentially. And the TIE fighter flies into a wall and explodes. And he says, "It's a little something I picked up from my pal Needles, the best street racer in all of Corellia." Now that's the character of Flea's character in Back to the Future
Flea's
3.
called
yeah.
Needles, isn't he? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they're going to do the Kessel Run.
they're
And
gonna do it
she says, "You can't make the Kessel Run in less than 20 parsecs." He says, "Watch me."
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to take a shortcut because now luckily, thank God we know that parsecs is a measure of distance after all.
And he says, "You can't go through there. We don't know how." And he goes, "Well," and then Kira goes, "Well, why don't we plug L3's head into the Falcon?"
Just so we know for a fact that that character is in the Millennium Falcon forever now. Every time you've enjoyed the Millennium Falcon, you're just remembering the wonderful character, L3.
You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon?
Should I have?
It's a ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
That ship saved my life quite a few times. She's the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy.
Hey, you awake?
Yeah, I just got a funny feeling. Like I'm not gonna see her again.
And we get a big alien octopus thing, which is fun.
Space Kraken, yeah, I like that.
And
I
they
don't
managed-
like Lando saying shit, though.
No.
They've
What's
got different
this?
swears in Star Wars, I think. But if he just gone like, oh no, like that would be funnier, wouldn't it?
Much funnier. So they land on the planet of Savarine to process the coaxium because it's unrefined.
Because they've got to burn and they need to get the Savarine and rub it on.
That's right, yeah.
Make it feel better.
Yeah. God bless. I think Savlon is like one of those things which I call the cure-all things. So you've got like...
Yeah.
Babies have this thing called... what is it called? It's a pseudocreme. Which is like a fix-all.
Yeah, you just put it on the bad thing and make it good.
It makes it good. Which I think...
That's how medicine's supposed to work.
Yeah, I think you should put that in a bath, get in, and when you get out, you'll be younger. I think that's what
you'll look like a sort of pink balloon all shiny.
Yeah.
All smooth, too
like
smooth, upsetting.
Pseudocreme, not just for babies, for everybody.
Memphis Ness arrives.
Yeah.
And Han tries to do his comedy moment. You see that ship over there? There's 50 hired guns. All I have to do is give the signal, and then the ship immediately takes off, flies away. I like that he looks at Beckett and goes, sorry. That made me laugh.
That is good. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
And then Memphis takes the mask off, and it's Ellen Kellerman.
Yeah.
Who we talked about in the Snake Boys show.
As you'll see in that Snake Boys episode, I had trouble remembering Erin Kellerman's name.
You did.
But it's come up recently on the Snake Boys show, a new YouTube experience.
What?
All kinds of pop culture covered visually or on the audio podcast feed by me, Tom Crowley, you, John Rain, and him, Tom Neenan, a.k.a. the Snake Boys.
Yeah.
Look it up on YouTube now, the Snake Boys show. Episode 1, out now.
It turns out Memphis Ness is forming bloody rebellion.
That's right.
She says we're not marauders, we're allies.
That's a great twist.
So, and I think this is again just to introduce the fact that Han is presented with the idea of joining a rebellion, but turns it down.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do that now. Yeah, that works. That makes sense.
Which clicks later on, I suppose.
Yeah.
So Han says to Beckett, "Why don't we just keep the coaxium and trick Dryden?" And Beckett goes, "Well, I'm not having any part of this. I quit. I'm going off to stay alive." He goes, "I'm leaving. If you're smart, you'll come with me." And then he says, another sweaty moment for the Crowley file.
Oh, yeah.
He says, if for some miracle you make it out of here, kid, find me on Tatooine. I've heard about a job that a big shot gangster is putting together.
Yes, we didn't need that spelled out. I mean, if it had been at the end and like Chewie had just gone like, "Oh, where now?" and then Chewie went, and goes like, "Tatooine. I don't know. Those huts are pretty dangerous. Well, let's see if we can't get a few credits out of them or whatever." I'd be like, "That's fine. That's great. So what's coming? That's great." But no, here it's spelled out way too much.
So they go and see Dryden.
Yes.
To do quote unquote a double cross on him, and Dryden's like, "Oh, what happened to Beckett?" Kira goes, "Oh, he died saving our lives." I like the way Bettany plays this. I really do. He's like, oh, that's terrible. Oh, because my friend here told me what really happened, and bloody Beckett's there. He's double crossed him.
I really like this fake out because I was going, it's not going to be Lando, is it? They've not just done the exact same thing as in Empire Strikes Back. And I think they meant for everyone in the audience to be going, oh, it's going to be Lando.
Yeah.
Lando's betrayed him again. But no. And Beckett leaving at that point when he does feels like Han in Star Wars when he leaves before the battle with the Death Star. So you're thinking, oh, Beckett will come back in the final confrontation or whatever, like Han did. But no, they misled me completely.
Yeah, and Beckett says, "Don't look at me like that. You weren't paying attention. I told you, don't trust anybody." And then Han goes, "Well, you were wrong about one thing." He says, "What's that?" He goes, "I was paying attention." And then we cut, and Memphis Ness kills them all. Yeah!
Brilliant.
I'd have booted Warwick Davis at the mini-me style, like he's knocking down Skittles. I love this line, by the way, when they're fighting.
Why don't we join forces and go get Beckett together?
That is a great idea. Let's do it. You go first.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought you were going to say. I love that so much. That is the most Han Solo line in the whole film.
Absolutely, it's really funny.
The most Harrison Ford. He delivers it perfectly. It's beautifully shot, beautifully delivered, wonderful.
Kira kills Dryden.
Yes.
And then says, "Why don't you go and catch up with Beckett? I'll stay here." And then when he goes off, we get another sweaty moment.
Yeah.
She communicates with the leader of Crimson Dawn, who is Darth Maul.
But obviously they were at this point going, because this is going to be an absolute smash.
Yes.
Solo 2 is in the bag. And they were like, let's set up loads of stuff for that.
Or let's have a TV series about Crimson Dawn or something. Yeah. So he uses his lightsaber, which really pisses me off.
Right.
He turns it on and you're like, "What? You've only done that." So everyone can go, he's double.
Yeah, lightsaber. Yeah.
So she flies off in the yacht and Han sees this and is like, "Oh, never
she
mind."
was bad. Yeah.
Solo catches up with Beckett.
Yep. And Han shoots first.
Han shoots first. Do
And
we
that
need
was the
that?
moment
I don't think we need
I
that.
liked it.
Oh, did you?
I liked it, but I think he then runs over and like cradles him.
Yes,
which
you're
is
right.
such a weird choice because the whole point is he kills him aggressively first. He was like, I could never trust you again. And it should be, they should have that conversation, but it should be Han like hardened now. This should be the moment where it's like, and
You're
now
right.
I'm the tough smuggler. I'll never trust anyone again.
So Kira's gone. He then goes back to Memphis and she says, we need warriors and leaders like you.
Yeah.
What leadership has he shown?
Well, no, that's true.
at any
Yes, no,
point?
he's not really demonstrated that. No,
Warriors,
And
sure.
This is sweaty, isn't it? This is trying to really, really layer on the idea that he's got this destiny that he's denying, but I don't think he has got a destiny.
So then they get in the Millennium Falcon and he says, Beckett said...
Yeah. But saying it, but again, it's the second time.
Second time.
You don't need, like, just do one. Do one of them.
And then he says, it's going to be great. When have I ever steered you wrong? And then we get the close-up of the dice because they're very important.
Which would have been so important in Solo 2, a film that is coming out any day now.
I hope so. It's not.
Solo 2, The Return of L3. Anyway, I feel like I complained so much about a film that I generally really enjoyed.
Well,
but
I think maybe what it is that it's very close to being great. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not far away. It's just
L3. You know, I'm not saying lose the character, but I think I would have done it very differently if it was up to me. Maybe fewer references to doing a robot up the wrong end in this children's film, but you know, that's horses for courses.